I want to go shopping as a first date. Men love to take me shopping. I literally do not open doors myself around men, even when it's the Uber. You don't need to argue with that man about sending you flowers. You don't need to argue with that man about him paying your bills. Don't act like you're asking for too much, because truth is you're probably asking for too little. Love bombing, I don't see nothing wrong with love bombing because I'm enjoying this experience. If I meet a billionaire tomorrow, I probably won't be that impressed. And watch, a couple of days later, calling you, texting you. You don't gotta say nothing when the power is in your mind. Girl, what are you doing? You're dealing with a guy that doesn't treat you like a sweet baby princess. And it's your fault. It's your fault. So let's fix this. This is how to get princess treatment. First things first. Change the story. I am a girl that has manifested first dates as shopping. I take trips with guys that I'm not sleeping with. And that's because in my story, I deserve that. A lot of girls say, oh yeah, if a guy takes you on a trip, he's gonna want some, he has to da-da-da. I'm sure he wants some, but he also wants some of my time, and that's just what I believe. Oh, no guy's gonna take you shopping, or da-da-da. All of that doesn't matter. What society says doesn't matter. What normal people do doesn't matter. You decide your story. So this is what you're gonna do. What do you want to get from your man or your dating experience, whichever one that you're in? Me, my story is wealthy, successful men adore me. They can't understand why they're so obsessed with me. They can't stop talking to me. They love to spoil me. This is a part of my story. So if your story sounds something like, oh, I never meet good guys, or it sounds like, oh, I want a white guy, but white guys aren't really attracted to me. Just saying that. I even played a trick with the universe the other day. I usually say white guys aren't attracted to me because I'm not dark chocolate enough. I'm like a dirty brown and they like dark chocolate. And I've been saying that. And I said, Star, what if you just say this week, white guys are so attracted to me? And I said it like twice and forgot about it. Why did I go out Sunday and this white guy was attracted to me? And again, because I already put in the universe, I only attract wealthy, successful men. He's a wealthy, successful man, okay? And I'm like, wow, this is, I'm not usually getting hit on by white guys. And he's like, yeah, well, there's a first time for everything. And he's a Scorpio. Y'all know I like Scorpios. But either way, I don't know where that's gonna go. The point is, I was just happy to play that little game with the universe. Back to the topic. You see how I changed the story about what I get from white men, and then what happened in my reality changed? And it was like a couple of days difference because I didn't stress about it. I didn't worry about it. When you change the story, you don't have to worry because you know it's going to happen. So change your story with confidence. So for example, when I manifested the shopping date, I said to myself, I want to go shopping as a first date. Men love to take me shopping. And I just said it on the plane to Atlanta. Next thing I know, while I'm in Atlanta, a random guy sees me in the parking garage. I didn't even want to talk to him. And he's like, oh, nah, just give me a chance, whatever. And then he texts me. He's like, I want to take you out. What do you want to do? And I said, well, I want to eat and shop. And he's like, got it, done. I'm designer shopping. I think I even have the YouTube video up still to prove it. Like 3 bands spent on a girl he just met. And you know why? Because I believe I deserve that. A lot of you guys keep talking about you deserve flowers. Then why isn't your story, my man gives me flowers every Wednesday? Wednesdays, I receive flowers. And you don't need to write this down. It doesn't need to be a bunch of robotic affirmations. It just needs to become your story. We all have a story, and it's usually traumatic. Like me and my friends, we have a Scorpio friend group, and all my Scorpio friend group, all of us have some drama-filled love lives, right? And we have made that our identity. We believe men cheat on us. We believe that we're such good girls and men do us wrong. And that's what was happening until I decided to be the one to change the story. I helped one of my other friends change her story. She got the guy she wanted too. So even in that, the guy that one of my friends wanted, he was very apprehensive to be with her, saying things like maybe her social media image would be too much for him, and I said, no, babe, don't let him tell you how this is gonna go. You change the story and you tell him how it's gonna go. You know how it's gonna go? Y'all gonna be together, y'all gonna get married, y'all gonna have kids. Now, we're not at the marriage and kids part yet, but in my brain we are, so that means that's what's gonna happen for them. Okay, because they're together, and trust me, it took like a year, but it's because she was flip-flopping from the story. Like, you need to get strict on a story. What is your story? Every time men meet you, they fall in love with you. Whatever you want from men, that is the story you have to stick with. Men are faithful to you. Men always are showing you love. Like love bombing, I don't see nothing wrong with love bombing because I'm enjoying this experience. I say that men love spoiling me. Men love showing me a good time. So if you do that and you go away, I don't care, because there's going to be another man to come and do that. Because why? That is what I believe happens in my life. You have to start believing strict things about what happens in your life, okay? So that's number one. Change the story to what you want. And right now, in the comments, write down your new story about either your man or your dating experience. Like, if you keep on saying, I keep attracting guys that want 50-50, change the story. My men love to provide. Whatever you are experiencing that you hate, just flip it to the opposite and become that. So let me explain. When you change the story, for example, I only date successful, rich men. They love and adore me, right? Now when I go out in the world, I don't care if a scammer sees me, a drug dealer sees me, and they're like, you are not the type that I am looking for in my story, so I'm not going to entertain you. Because even before I got my first successful man, babes, I believe that all my men were rich, successful, wonderful men, that anytime I saw a man who didn't match it, I was not interested. I didn't say, oh, well, let me just see what he has to offer. Let me just see. I don't need to see shit. You know why I don't need to see? Because that is not my story. So think about this. If your story is, okay, I used to date an actor, and my story is I only date actors, they love, adore me, spoil me, blah, blah, blah. The way I'm gonna look at a scammer is gonna be different than a girl who is used to dating guys who have a 9-to-5 job. The way you view people, you put them on a hierarchy based on your experience. If I meet a billionaire tomorrow, I probably won't be that impressed, because mentally, I'm a billionaire also. Oh, hi, you're a billionaire? Oh, me too, nice to meet you. I don't care if I don't got $1 billion in my bank account. In my brain, I am a billionaire. So we are billionaires. Why do I need to walk around acting like I'm about to suck just because you're a billionaire? Me too. Now what? Now, how can we expand our whatever we're doing and come together and make life, better for each other? But when you change the story, you start to act different. And that's the main part of changing the story. You need to start acting different so you can attract different. But if you are still acting like a girl who's impressed by any guy that's in the street getting money, then that's all you're gonna get. Guys that actually make you feel like you're not that girl. You're gonna get with the nigga that's in the street and he's gonna act like he is the shit and not you. Because you in yourself don't believe that. And that's why you have to change the story. Put it in your brain. Rich niggas love me, spoil me, treat me good. So if you go on a date with a guy and he has a regular 9-to-5 job and he's talking about, well, I think women need to cook and clean and know their place. You be like, listen, baby, I'm used to dating millionaires, okay? I'm all of this, what you talking about, I can't relate. Now, mind you, maybe you've never been on a date with a millionaire yet, but you need to start relating to what it would be like to date a millionaire so that you don't even accept and tolerate no bullshit from no regular ass nigga who's trying to make you feel like you're not that girl. And the only reason he's making you feel like that is because you feel like that about yourself. You only attract people based on what you feel. The way people treat you is based on what you feel. You ever be like, oh, I know that girl ain't no good. And then she do something that's no good. And you be like, see? That's what you believe. You can do the same thing in a positive way. You could be like, I know men always get me gifts. I know men always get me gifts. I know men always take me on trips. And that's what you're gonna see. That's exactly how it works. It's not that hard. It's very simple. All right. The next thing that I need you to do after you change the story, I need you to address your limiting beliefs that come from your trauma. So this means if you always saying things like, all men cheat, because that's what you saw. If you were abandoned by your father, mother, and you feel like nobody's ever there for you the way you're there for them, you have to start changing that, because it doesn't matter how great of a guy you meet. They're all gonna be the same because of your beliefs. So you have to get in tune with your traumas and speak to them. You have to say, let's say you're talking to a guy and he stops texting you, and you start being like, oh my God, he's abandoning me again. What's happening? No. You need to be like, men love me. Men love to spoil me. He's probably planning something nice for me. You got to talk to your inner child and say, listen, I know that you're worried because we experienced a lot of abandonment, but that's not our story anymore. When I say change the story, it's not just change the story about men, but change the story about yourself, how you actually see yourself. Are you a girl that gets abandoned? No, you're not. You're a girl that's loved and adored and prioritized. And if you meet a man who's not prioritizing you, loving you, and adoring you, you don't need to argue with him. What you need to do is remove yourself. And it doesn't mean, the reason why you don't need to argue with him, because it's not your reality. So if it's showing up, it's just kind of like your past manifestation showing up right now. You don't argue about it, because you just go inside yourself and you say, he always prioritizes me. Men always prioritize me. And don't say nothing to him. And watch, a couple of days later, calling you, texting you. You don't gotta say nothing when the power is in your mind. This is a mental game. And when you understand that this game is mental and not physical, you will stop doing and start believing. Dating, being in a relationship is mental, not physical. Like, you don't need to argue. You don't need to argue with that man about sending you flowers. You don't need to argue with that man about him paying your bills. You need to go inside your brain and say, this is my new life. Even when you don't see it, keep believing. This is my new life. This is my new life. If you want flowers every Wednesday, start posting on your story Wednesdays. It's Flower Wednesday, and you'll make a game out of it. You can go to different supermarkets or wherever sell flowers, florists, and look at flowers on Wednesday and take pictures of how beautiful they are. Start appreciating flowers every Wednesday, and the universe is going to send you more of that energy. I'm telling you, this is a big mental game. Don't ever feel like you're being delusional, because the way you're living right now, that is delusional. That is crazy. That you are allowing negative thoughts to overpower positive thoughts so much that you can't even get men to treat you like a princess. So I say all that to say, you need to write down your new story about men and your new story about yourself. I am always a priority. I'm always understood. I am always spoiled. I get princess treatment. I have support. I have lots of love. Whatever you want that story to be, that's what you're going to make it. And y'all see how I'm done with my face? Because that's all I do. I don't put makeup anywhere else. Maybe I should do my eyebrows, but I only put makeup under my eyes. Yeah, and then you're going to write a story about men. You're going to say men always buy me flowers. Men always take me on trips. So put a line in the paper, just like this. I'm gonna put a line on the paper just like this. Men, myself, yourself. I am a priority. I am this. I am blah, blah, blah. Men love taking me to eat. Men love taking me to shop. so many men want to be my husband. So many wonderful, loyal men want to be my husband. Create your stories and watch. Watch how everything changes for you. You just watch. Anyway, love you lots. And another point I just want to add, if you desire princess treatment, you need to start acting like a princess. I literally do not open doors myself around men, even when it's the Uber. I literally stand at the Uber door like this. Unless I'm in a rush and I can't, like whatever, then I'm not in princess mode. I'm like in boss mode. But I literally do things that give princess energy to the point where women will see me on the road and be like, oh, hi, princess, or let me help you, princess, not just men. Because when you take on a certain energy, it's easier for people to see it. And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to walk around and say, yeah, I'm a princess. You don't have to tell man, this is what I need. You just say inside your brain, hey, this is what I want from life. This is how my life is gonna look. And that is the way your life will look. When men ask you what you want, don't act like you're asking for too much. Nothing is too much for the princess. Act like your dad really is a goddamn king and you are used to the best. So if he's like, oh, you want me to do that? That's like, you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just used to that type of treatment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not used to that. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to act like you are used to shit. Okay? Don't act like you're asking for too much, because truth is you're probably asking for too little. And the right guy that is aligned with you, nothing will be too much. It will be a joy. You're not doing this to get over on men. You're doing this to elevate yourself. You're doing this to build your self-esteem, to build the life you want. You're not doing this to trick men. You are doing this to gain the life that you want, and that is the life of a princess.